Update, I caught my future mother-in-law trying to squeeze into my wedding dress. It didn't go well. Update, first things first, the wedding is off. We are still together and remain engaged, but things are very strained between us. The only thing that has really stopped me from leaving this relationship is that I love him from the bottom of my heart, and I can see how much this is hurting him. I really want to work past this if we can. We're both committing to seeing a couples therapist. After future mother-in-law ruined my dress, my fiancé confronted her by telephone and demanded that she help cover the damages to the dress. She refused because she said it was an accident and she really was just trying to help. She literally tried to spin this as Irby, and I quote, giving me a standard to aspire to, and she also admitted that she just wanted to feel as young and beautiful as me. The worst part is that he believed her. At this point, after she refused to pay, I started pitching a fit until my fiancé said that we shouldn't jump to conclusions on the damages until we visited the seamstress. Fine by me. We went together and the assessment was that it was completely trashed. It is beyond repair. The beading in some parts is absolutely destroyed. The sheer back of the dress was torn to shreds. She also ripped the tulle on my train, and the seams were split so badly and she'd torn through other parts of the dress to the point where they were beyond repair. Hearing how badly my dress was mutilated crushed me, but my fiancé's reaction at the seamstress enraged me. He kept minimizing the damage, pointing out how certain things absolutely could have been an accident, and he lied out of his ass to the seamstress to tell her that the dress had an accident when his mother attempted to relive her model days. I corrected the course and said no, that she tried to put it on without my permission, knowing damn well that she didn't fit into it, and deliberately destroyed parts of it in the process. The real fun started when we got home and I told him that if she didn't pay, then I wanted to sue her for damages to the dress. He told me some bullshit about how the cost of the dress didn't meet the thresholds for a lawsuit. Okay, I took my ass straight to the internet, posted to the legal advice subreddit, and googled the thresholds for small claims court in Virginia before printing all of the responses I got and forcing him to read them. He conceded that she owed us something and called her, with me sitting there. As I sat there, I shit you not, he argued with her for all of 5 minutes before she broke down sobbing, accused him of not loving her, called me trash for turning him against her, and how money could be more important than her love for him. He actually soothed her and told her that he understood, but I'm being super emotional over the dress and this would help it blow over. She started babbling and sobbing and he said that he'd talk to me. After they hung up, he had the nerve to turn to me and say that all he wanted was peace and to please just let him pay for the dress and let this go away. I lost it. I screamed at him. I cried harder than I probably ever have cried because I honestly feel that he took her side over mine. I told him that it wasn't about the dress and that if he genuinely believed that this was over an overpriced dress at this point, then we needed to cancel the wedding and he and his mommy could have a nice vacation to Colombia without me. We argued, and, like he's been doing, told me that he saw my point. I told him that I didn't want her at the wedding. Shockingly, he agreed. I sat next to him the next day when he called her and told her that because of what happened, we couldn't have her at the wedding. I actually felt proud when he hung up on her after she screamed and sobbed about how he can't do this. I began to consider that maybe I was wrong about how he refused to stand up to his mother. That is, until I was on our shared iPad. I rarely use the iPad because I'm way happier with my Kindle, but I'll reach for the iPad in the rare event that my Kindle is out of juice and my phone is out of reach. While I was using it, messages from my future mother-in-law pop up asking about the best way to purchase discounted flights to Colombia. I scrolled through the messages, and he had folded the very next day, saying that he had disinvited her for my sake but he still wanted her at the wedding. That he'd slowly work on changing my mind, and hopefully on the weekend of the wedding I'd be feeling forgiving and welcome her, and if not, I could deal with it. I lost my mind. I actually packed my bags. He was the one that ended up leaving to stay with his friend while I stayed in the house. The fight wasn't pretty, and that's about where we're at right now. We have both committed to couples counseling. It's a must. I feel played right now, and that's what he was trying to do, play both sides. We both agreed that the best thing to do for us is to postpone the wedding until trust is reestablished, deposits be damned, and if anyone asks, I tell them the entire story. Future mother-in-law has decided to come between us in the worst way. She, for the most part, is fuming and trying to spin this into me being a trashy, greedy harpy that's determined to bring her and her precious baby nothing but misery. She's tried to come to our house several times to collect her baby and his belongings, but I haven't answered the door. Fiancé, to his credit, has blocked her on his phone and hasn't told her where he's living right now. He's gone no contact and has agreed to no contact until we begin therapy. He's turned over all of his passwords in the iPad so I can check his messages when I want to, and trust me, I'm checking. I love him. I want to be able to go the distance with him, but while she is in the picture I just don't think I can.